Heller v. D.C. In the District of Columbia, handgun possession was banned. No unregistered firearms were prohibited, but the police chief could issue one-year licenses. Dick Heller, a special policeman, applied to register his handgun to be kept at home, but his request was denied. Heller filed his first lawsuit with 5 other plaintiffs in 2003. The Court of Appeals in the District of Columbia reversed the lower court's ruling. It was found that portions of their 1975 Firearms Control Regulation Act was unconstitutional. The case was taken to the Supreme Court on the issue of the Second Amendment.
The issue which encompasses Heller's lawsuit is the Second Amendment, which protects the citizen's right to bear arms under the Constitution, as well as their right to use that arm for lawful purposes such as self-defense. The first dissenting argument by Stevens is that the Second Amendment was only intended to protect the people's right to raise and maintain their own state militia. He claimed that the text of the Second Amendment did not allow for the government to regulate private citizens' guns, nor did it encompass all the means for self-defense. He interpreted this amendment as limiting the power of Congress to regulate civilian use of weapons.
The Supreme Court, with a 4-5 majority, ruled with Heller and affirmed the appeals court decision. The court ruled D.C. must give Heller a license to carry in his home, and their handgun ban and trigger lock requirement violated the Second Amendment. It was held that the requirement of guns to be disassembled or bound by a trigger lock is unconstitutional because that would make it impossible for citizens to use a gun as self-defense.
This issue is important in American society today as it broadened the government's power over restricting the use of guns and ultimately led to the ban on handguns in the District of Columbia. This court case prohibits the registration of handguns and makes it illegal to carry one without registration. In addition, it ruled that all lawfully owned firearms must be kept unloaded and disassembled unless being used for recreation or in a place of business.
With the recent shootings in Newtown, Connecticut, many people from both sides are scared for the upcoming Supreme Court cases that could involve handgun bans.